Yes, good afternoon to you. If you're watching this, I'm Coach Michael Burt. I am in Phoenix, Arizona on the comeback tour. And I'm speaking this afternoon during our mentoring time. So I wanted to pre-cut some coaching for you so that we could keep you flowing in the $1 Million Mentoring Program. As you know, I have a set of core beliefs. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe those that have a coach earn 3 and 4 times the amount of money than those that don't. I believe a good coach can take you to a place that you didn't even know that you wanted to go to. Now, I'm telling you this because today's session is about voice. It is about how you find your unique voice. From 18 to 25, I was able to study under Dr. Stephen Covey, who was an incredible mentor for me. And he taught the 7 habits of highly effective people. Notice that there's always a theme: 7 habits, 5 disciplines, 5 dysfunctions, right? Like as you're speaking and coaching, you need these rhythms and these patterns. And Dr. Covey taught the 7 habits, but what he really taught me was about the whole person. And in the 8th habit, it was the manifestation of the first 7 plus another habit, the 8th habit. And it was about how you find your voice in life at the intersection of 4 things. Now, I'm telling you this because there is a cycle to manifesting your calling. And when you are in your calling, the world can sense it. The world can feel it. The world can understand it. The world knows, man, this dude is operating at a very high frequency. And when you're operating at a very high frequency, it opens the doors of speaking engagements and podcast requests and strategic partnerships. And people want to come to your coaching because you have something most people don't have. You have found your voice. The word occupation is that which occupies your time in which you receive a paycheck. The word vocation comes from the Latin term voice or calling in life. This is from a book I wrote called This Ain't No Practice Life. I'm going to be talking about this today with the group downstairs. Man, does it help to have multiple messages, to have multiple concepts. Some of these people have heard me talk about Pray Drive. Some of these people have heard me talk about these things. So I said last night, man, I'm going to talk about voice and calling in life, because I found my voice and I am in my vocation. I am participating with my calling. Wayne Dyer used to call it co-creating. You and your creator participating together toward the highest manifestation of your talent and potential. So how do you find your voice? That's the question that most people want to know. It is at the intersection of 4 things. What do you love to do? That is passion. Passion is irresistible force for motive action. It's what drives your engine. It's what rows your boat. It's what gets you excited. Out of everything you could talk about on the world, out of everything you could do, what is the one thing that gets you more excited than anything else? What are you curious about? I like to ask it this way. If I said, man, I'm going to drive you 2 states over to talk to 4 people for free, what would it be? If I got you cornered alone, just you and I said, you talk about anything you want to talk about, what would you talk about? If I said you could have any job in the world, doing anything in the world, what would it be? If you could get up and go do something every single day that you absolutely loved, what would you tell me? You say, what do you love doing? Question 1, most people don't know. Most people do what they have to do. They go to a job. They have not found their voice. They don't know what they love. Okay. Now here's an example. I love coaching in certain environments. I love speaking at conferences because it's competitive, taps into my prey drive. I love doing retreats at places I love. Like I'm here today in Phoenix, 30 or 40 people, but there's energy, there's expectation, there's motivation. The people have paid to be here, so we know they want to be here. I love coaching people in certain key environments. Okay. I love it. I don't love certain things. I don't love this. I don't love that. I don't love this. I don't love this, but I love doing this, what I'm doing here. I love learning. Last night we had dinner with Sharon Lecter, who at the table we were sitting had birthed many multi-million, $100 million ideas. I loved sitting there, exchanging, engaging, listening, asking questions. I love it. I love coaching people in cool settings like my lodge or the house in Florida when I'm in a relaxed state. I love being on stage in front of lots of people. I love being known and famous in the world. Those are things I love. So the question for you is, what do you love? What do you love doing? Because the passion, it's hard for me to articulate the passion that I have, the conviction that you sense in me when I'm speaking and coaching, because it's so deep in me. I've had that revelation. I have the conviction. I now am willing to take an action. It's hard for me to articulate to you that cycle that's happened inside of me over the last, since I was 6 years old, 30, right? 38, 39 years, man. It comes across as passion. This guy loves what he does. Like, this is what he was meant to do. That's what people come up and tell me. This is what you were meant to do, coach. This is it. Right? Out of everything you could do, coach, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? You have this same type of passion inside of you. You have this same type of energy about you. And when you are in this area that you love doing, you will be able to talk about it with an energy and a passion, and other people will be attracted to you. How many people do you meet in a day that are mundane, boring, almost complacent, going through the motions? They don't love what they do. They don't love what they do, folks. And because they don't love what they do, what emanates from them is boredom, complacency, and almost life, as Tim Story says. You got to get clear. So how do you find this? You make notes. Oh, I love doing this. I love being involved in this. I love, right? I love, boom, boom. I love this. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I'm doing this, but I don't like it. And at 44 years old, I can tell you what I love and what I don't like at all, folks. So first question, if you were going through this curriculum, this ain't no practice life, to the journey of finding your voice, what do you love? Second question is, what are you good at? This is talent. I believe talent is God-given, not man-given. I can teach you skills, but I can't give you talent. Talent is skill given to you, right, that you have, that most likely you have not found. This is an interesting question. When I see a person doing what they do, let me give an example of a speaker doing what he does. I saw Marshall Silver, who is positioned in the world as the number one subconscious programmer in the world. He is the number one person at programming the subconscious mind than anybody in the world. And I saw him speak last week for the first time. And it was magical. At the end of the presentation, up to 50 people got up, walked to the back of the room, and gave him $2,000 on the spot. Many of them, this is the first time they'd ever seen him. That was a $100,000 hour. And it had to do with his ability to pitch his services, his ability to program the subconscious mind, his ability to build an irresistible influence. He was a former hypnotist. He had a show in Vegas. He has studied the subconscious mind. Like, it was a work of art to see. He's the best. He's the best. What are you good at? Okay. This is talent. And most people have not found their talent. Now, let me ask you a question. Why would I read your book? Why would I listen to you speak? Why would I participate in your program? Why would I do any of these things if you're just not that talented? You're just average at what you do. You just don't have any talent. So I want you to think of talents as more granular. It's more granular. Okay. It's something very specific. Like, I like to say, people think that, man, he's a coach and he's a great coach. But what I'm really talented at is packaging and delivering content in a unique way with a cadence and an energy and a power. And it was fun saying that. See how my energy got up? Because that's what I love doing. And that's what I'm good at doing. Can't cook. I am geographically illiterate. There's a lot of things, folks, that I can't, there's a lot of things that I can't do very well, but I can, excuse me, package and deliver content in a way that gets people to move. That activates the prey drive in a person. Look at how clear I'm getting. What do I love doing? I love speaking in these audiences. I love speaking in these environments. I love speaking to these people. I love being on these stages. Boom. What am I good at doing? Packaging and delivering content in a way that gets people to move. Let me say it a better way, in a way that flips a switch in a person. See, in some ways, as I'm describing it, boom. I'm walking you through. This ain't no practice life. We only get one human life. This is it. What are you going to be great at? How are you going to do it? Boom, 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 man. And then I'm starting to see my energy levels getting up. I'm right. It's early in the morning here. It's 6 something in the morning in Phoenix, Arizona. And my energy is getting up and I'm getting excited and my tonality and my attitude's getting better and my postures get better. Because what am I doing? I'm talking about what I love and what I'm good at, what I'm loving, what I'm good at. My energy is low when I'm bad. And right? That's what I get. You got to find this, folks. Because if you write books on things you're not good about, I've written some books on things that I wasn't that good at. I didn't have any passion for. Not enough passion. And you know, I very seldom talk about those books. I very seldom get excited about those projects. I very seldom sell those products. Why? It's not a passion zone for me. And and regardless of what some people tell you, some of the mentors out there say, oh, you don't got to love it. You know, I know you got to embrace the suck. You do have to embrace the suck to be great. But they may not have loved their jobs, but they had a passion for something. Like, I know one dude who says he hated sales. He didn't hate sales that bad because he was good at it. So question 2 is, what are you naturally talented at? So your assignment from this is going to be work through these, work through this cycle I'm coaching you on today. What do I love doing, man? I got a passion. Passion is irresistible belief or motive or action. Passion changes everything. Boom. What do you love doing? 2, what are you good at doing? What are you naturally talented at? And I want one sentence. I want you to email me this. One sentence. That's what I want. I want you to send me, man, this is what I love doing. Boom. This is what I'm good at doing. Number 3 question is, where is there a need in the world that you can fulfill. You are uniquely qualified. Let me ask it a better way. Who would pay you? Who would pay you to use your talent doing what it is that you love to solve their problem? Who in the world would pay you? They got a need. Money changes hands when problems are solved. Who would pay you for you to go play in your unique ability? Right? I'm sitting down tomorrow and I'm going to ask for $750,000 with a goal to get to $1 million for one company, doing what I love doing, coaching people. Here's the deal. And coaching them in environments that I want to coach in. My Greatness Factory, my lodge, my house in Florida, right? I need to make a note of that. Okay. I need to make a note of that. Because they want me to be their coach and I want to be their coach, but I want to do it in environments that I want to do in. So here in essence, here's the deal. What are they going to pay me for? They're going to pay me to be their coach. Nope. What are they really paying me for? Let's get clear. We're finding our voice here. They are paying me to use my talent of packaging and delivering content in a way that activates the prey drive in their people to solve what problem? To build a culture of champions, of winners, of people who know how to perform at the highest frequency. You see, that's what they're paying me for, right? That's ultimately what they're paying me for. So you're telling me if I get the gig, when I get the gig, that I can make $1 million, at least $750,000 to $1 million, at a minimum $500,000, doing what I love, doing what I'm good at, in environments that I love doing. Is it possible, folks? It is possible for you to find your voice like this. So let's go back to some previous courses that we taught. Once I know my talent, once I know my skill set, my primary skill, once I know who would pay me, who would write me the largest check for me to do what I love doing in environments I love doing it with people I love doing, and how do I get this message to those people? Now, if you remember, we've been talking about in person of interest. First step is to become known. Become a known quantity in the world. How do we become known? We write books, and we do videos, and we do speaking engagements, and we get in front of people, and we share our message. We share our voice with the world, and we tell people this is what we love. This is what we're good at. Now we're in our strength zone. So this is what I'm going to talk about today in Phoenix. Because this is some powerful stuff, folks. So So here's the questions for your homework that I want you to send me. Number 1, what do you love doing? Be specific. 2, what are your talents? 3, what is the need? What's the problem you're solving? And the 4th question, this is the big one, is what is your conscience telling you that you're supposed to do? I paused there because my conscience is still telling me that I'm supposed to work with children. My conscience is telling me I'm supposed to build greatness factories. My conscience is telling me you're supposed to be doing bigger things. My conscience is telling me I'm supposed to be involved in the faith-based movement as a strong Christian entrepreneur. Some people believe that's God's voice to his children. Conscience. What are you supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to be doing? See, when we don't listen to our conscience, we just do whatever. A fully functioning person at the highest level of manifestation, doing what it is they are supposed to be doing, is combining their passion and their talent and their conscience with a need in the world that only they can fulfill. See, this is where I'm going to hit people today deep. You want to know how I'm going to touch a person today? I'm going to tell stories. I'm going to show them this diagram of voice. And I'm going to go right at their spirit and conscience. I've given 2 eulogies for 2 people. One was a family member, and they didn't have anybody to speak at the funeral. And they asked me to speak. And in thinking about what I was going to speak on and talk about to eulogize this person appropriately, I asked their family members, some of my own family members, give me some things they did. I said, well, Coach, they never really did anything. Asked their coworkers, give me something powerful that they did. Well, Coach, they didn't really do anything. Okay. I'm looking here. I'm trying. Ask their friends. Somebody tell me something that they did. Something that they created. Something that they moved. Something, right? Nothing. Do you know how hard it is to eulogize a person when they've lived a common life? They've never gone anywhere. They've never done anything. They've never created anything. They've never helped anybody at a high level. They never used their talents. They never knew their talents. Sad. I guarantee you they had dreams inside of them, inside their conscience. Let's do this. Help these folks. Do something bigger. Common life. Folks, this ain't no practice life. This ain't no practice life. So your assignment from today's mentoring is to answer these questions. You can send these to me at coach@coachburt.com. What do you love doing? Deep passion. What are you good at doing? Deep talent. Where is there a need in the world that you can fulfill? And what is your conscience telling you you're supposed to be doing? And why aren't you listening to it? Email me that. Now, I wanted to add a sweetener here at the end that you didn't know about. I want to give you, as part of this mentoring, access to one of my boot camps. Either Flip the Switch or the Monster Growth Boot Camp. And that's 2 days with me at my lodge in Tennessee. You can email Megan at coachburt.com and tell her which one of those you would like to come to, either Monster Growth or Flip the Switch. And it's my treat to you for participating in this 4-week mentoring. And I have a belief, always over-deliver on what you promise. Always over-deliver on what you promise. So you guys committed, and I'm committed to you. You come spend 2 days with me at my lodge, and it'll be a game changer. And if you ask me which one to come to, if you're trying to sell your coaching and you don't know how to sell it, you need to come to Monster Growth Boot Camp, where I can show you the sales cycle. If you are trying to activate your drive and find your voice, you need to come to Flip the Switch. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me on this 4-week mentoring program. I hope this helps you find your voice, become a person of interest, and play at the highest possible frequency. Your potential's calling. It's time to answer. Email Megan at coachburt.com to tell her which boot camp you want to come to. And I look forward to seeing you in person. God bless you. Everybody needs a coach in life. Thank you for letting me be yours.